yes, it's bad a fire has happened, but say the company before was worth 10 million. As I said, a third of the business was coming from there. So it's almost like the stock sometimes, for example, could drop to, if depending on what's going on, people could be scared and people may say, yo, send the stock down to 3 million. So they're saying, hey, the company's worth 3 million. So yes, the value has dropped, but maybe it dropped from 10 million to 8 million or from 10 million to 5 million. So it's selling for 3 million. That actually is a time to buy or could be a time to buy. So I guess I was trying to look at this and say, hey, is this really like a time to buy? Should I buy Jamaica broilers? Because yes, this is bad, but is it, what price is it at now? I think $18. So it was $40
bad?
Beginning of the year. Is it $18 bad? Or maybe it's actually $20 bad. Maybe I buy it 18, sell it at 20. I don't know. I was looking at that. And then the other thing that they said.
That's a nice 10%.
Yeah, they spoke about tax credits. That was interesting. They even, I don't know if they should have said this. They said it. This even said, so they were saying that the tax credits technically, I'm not an accountant, but my understanding of the tax credits is like, hey, a tax credit, how it works is that instead of you having to pay taxes, like say, just like we all have things like general consumption tax, income tax, companies also have to pay income tax. And their income tax, I think most people income tax, well, not most people, but some people in Jamaica, for example, could be paying 25% income tax. So you make $1 million, only 750K is yours. You have to pay out. The rest gets deducted or given to the government. It's almost like with a tax credit. Say you had a tax credit of 250K. If you got a salary worth $1 million, you would actually get the $1 million if you had a tax credit. So instead of them taking that tax, it's almost like a waiver to say, hey, you don't have to pay that tax. You actually get to keep that money. That's how I understand a tax credit works.
Yeah, that's how I understand it to work too.
Yeah, so they were saying that based on their estimates,
it cuts the tax bill. So it just cuts how much you have to pay in taxes. Yeah.
So they were saying that I think it's up to possibly 30 billion in tax credits.
Yeah, I realize.
And they're saying that like possibly, say they even realized a third of it, that could be $10 billion that they could save. They're saying that they still have to do stuff like they mentioned stuff with like the IRS and having to go. I don't know how long something like this takes, but I'm like, hey, if I was like a tax accountant, I could look at that and say, wait, for things like this, usually actually wouldn't take that long. Or actually even that 30 billion, the 10 billion is quite conservative. In a situation like this, I think they could get 20 billion. So then you could be like, hey, while everyone is scared thinking that Jamaica Broilers is dead, you could be just buying up your broiler shares saying, hey, it's bad, but it's not $15 bad. It's $20 bad. And I'll buy it at 15, sell at the 20.